Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
Not good.
Grabe.
Not not gonna lie. I did not expect the win. I did not expect the win at all, dude.
Grabe yun. Hindi ko
I
talaga
felt
maano. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. This is just gonna be an episode, a reaction to the Gilas versus Jordan game. So,
yeah.
mabilis na to. Just one topic. And then, just
Mm.
basically, to discuss. Kakatapos lang, natapos yung game nung 10 o'clock. Kumain lang ako, then nag-record na kami agad ni Mario. And yeah, si Mario yung guest natin for today. Just,
What's up?
sino yung makakausap
Just a
mo kapag
fan.
makakausap mo after a game, eat with the ano to, drink with the beer
Drink
or
or go out to
donut
like a
mo.
samgyup or something. That's me.
Oo, yun yung ano mo, yung
That's
yung
me.
iimbita mong kaibigan pagkatapos ng isang
Yeah.
basketball game. So anyway,
Yeah.
grabe yun. Because the last time we faced Jordan, we lost 87-62. So yun yung context.
Yeah.
Yun yung
Yeah.
context ng situation natin. That's the reason why a lot of people expected na matalo tayo, or at least it's gonna be a close one.
Yeah. I think honestly, a lot of people expected na we'd see the same type of performance from Ronde, and I guess the same type of performance from like the rest of the Jordan people. But I don't know. Today it was a completely different Gilas defense. I think
Oo,
that was
actually.
the whole thing that ended up changing the whole game is the whole different way that they defended Gilas. That's how the Gilas defended.
Oo, tama. And as we can see here, actually dito sa stat line, no. Actually, before that, Jordan is the number one team in scoring in the whole tournament.
Really?
90 points per game. Yeah, sila
Yeah.
number one. And we managed to cut down their totals to 30 less than their average. So, grabe talaga. The last time we won the gold was
Yes.
in 1962. Grabe.
That's a long time ago, man. That's a pretty long time
61 years.
ago.
That's 61 years.
Yeah,
And the
61
reason
years,
na
exactly.
lagi
61
natin
years.
sinasabi yung grabe because it's the fact na it only took it 2 weeks preparation, and this is mixed to in with we thought na papalaruin sina Terence Romeo, papalaruin
Yeah.
sina Calvin
Sila Kenshi,
Abueva.
Jason Perkins. Yeah, Jason Perkins. So actually, I think yung mga nag-replace sa kanila were
Alas,
I think one of
Tolentino.
it was Kevin Alas, yeah. Kevin Alas,
Yan.
I think Marshall and Chris
Arvin.
Chris
Chris
Ross, I think,
Ross.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
Arvin, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And funnily enough, one of those people na parang add-on lang or parang added lang was yung parang pinakahugot natin last game, and I guess this game
O yan,
would carry
pwede natin
over din
simulan
yung
with Kevin
confidence.
Alas.
Yeah, because honestly, Kevin Alas last game, admittedly, last game, yeah, correct. Last game, I think we can all admit at a certain point, last 2 minutes, down 9. I think it was down
Iisipin mo ba?
9, down
Parang bakit?
11.
Ano ba, di ba? Parang iisipin mo, okay, Kevin
Yeah,
Alas.
yeah, and like obviously in the PBA, Kevin Alas,
Oh yeah.
really good basketball player, all star, uh, can create his own shot. But in my opinion, I wouldn't have expected for him to do it in completely international stage, but he was able to do exactly that, and the confidence that he brought carried over, I think, to a lot of the other locals today. Then,
Yeah, tama, tama. And grabe tong stat sheet na to natin, no? Kompleto to eh. Like, nandito rin yung mga
yeah,
points of
actually,
turnovers and everything. But I
yeah,
think what Gilas did incredibly well in this game is how we slowed down the game. Ugly game. I would say it's an
yeah,
ugly
I
game. It's
agree.
not the usual Gilas na nakita natin sa Asian Games kay Tim Cone.
Mm-hmm.
Crisp passing, pasa. Hindi
Yeah,
siya fast-paced talaga. I think deliberately binagalan nila yung pace because they know that they will play into Jordan's style of play kung pinilit nila yun.
for sure.
So, I think they recognize na, hey, meron tayong mga big man na
Exactly.
that that we can dump two in the post. We have the personnel to slow it down. Why not? And yun nga, nangyari nga. Di ba?
Exactly. Yeah.
Tapos, mas may depth ba tayo more than Jordan? Tingnan natin mga naglaro. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hmm.
5, 6, 7. 9 players played for us
In
sa
today's
Jordan
game, I
7.
guess I think a main person who we did not see impact this game a lot then for Jordan that impacted it the last time we watched was two players actually. First is Freddie Ibrahim,
Oh, oo nga pala.
right?
Wala si Freddie
Uh,
Ibrahim.
Freddie, I don't even see him on the stat sheet. Or maybe
Wala ata siya
I'm not looking
for
well.
Asian game.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so during the first like time we played them in the Asian games, like a few weeks ago, I think like a week ago, he was making some really big shots, creating off the dribble and everything. And today he was basically rendered not naman useless, but he wasn't as helpful. Same as the shooter, Sami Zai. I don't know how to pronounce his name
Zai.
right.
Yeah,
We limited him
yun.
to
1-for-4
yeah,
parang
yeah,
neutralize, parang nasa court pala to.
exactly,
Di ba 36 minutes siya
exactly.
naglaro?
And he played 36 minutes and only
36
dropped
minutes si
three
Zai.
points. Exactly.
Oo, 1
That's
for 4.
that's 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 incredible defense on Gilas' end. And if you watch it, they weren't. It wasn't him missing wide open looks. It was him missing pretty decently contested looks. Then.
Mm. Except no second quarter. Yung second quarter medyo nag-lax tayo. Yun yung we were up 15-29 tapos
Yeah.
hinabol nila, parang ganun. And
Mm-hmm.
napansin ko parang nagsasag tayo dun sa parang we were going under the screen whenever they would attempt their 3-pointers. Medyo dun lumabas yung pagka-lax na we're up 14 points, up tayo 12 points. Next thing you know, lahat
Yeah.
ng tres sila pumasok. Sabi ko,
Papasok yeah.
ano ba tong nangyayari dito sa second quarter na to? Sabi ko, nako, ito na ata. Pero I think to sa did they head to a tie heading into the half
In halftime, by
31? Yeah,
halftime,
tie. It was a
it
tie
was
game.
tie game. That's why the way we also came out in the third quarter was pretty big because obviously losing a 14-point lead in the second quarter and
Nakagago
then
yun. Sabi ko, what the heck? Ano
and then
nangyari dito?
entering the third, you're gonna have your confidence has to be incredibly shaken a bit. So for them to come out in the third and end up winning the game by winning the third by 10 points, that's pretty big from Gilas also.
Yeah, definitely. And let's dive more into the numbers before we single out some players. Checking here, dikitan talaga eh. But I think what changed here was the bench points. 21. I'm not saying that's the main difference, but those are some stats that stood out right now. 21 bench points for Gilas, 8 for Jordan.
Jordan. I
Jordan
think we can
talaga
also
sama
look.
ng shooting. 26%.
We can also look
33.
at our points in the paint. Like I think we completely dominated inside. I would say.
Oo nga, no,
I
yung
think
points
they
in the paint
have
natin,
8 points.
20-8.
They had 8 points. Yeah, exactly.
And do you know why? Do you know why they had a hard time? Because Ange Kouame got his
Ange Kouame.
confidence back. He played like Ateneo Ange Kouame, and yung, di ba, parang he was so shaky
He was
throughout the
playing
start
incredible.
of the Asian Games, and then ngayong
exactly.
finals, Tim Cone didn't care how how Ange is playing in the past few games. He's like, I need you, Ange. Ikaw yung magiging would you say that Ange is the X factor? I felt like he was the X factor. Binabad siya dito.
There were two people I would say would be the X factor.
Okay.
I think we talked about this a bit kanina. So obviously number one was Ange Kouame. I mean, even towards the end game, he had a few big plays. Offensive rebounds leading into putbacks. Defense on Alduairi in the post.
Grabe
a lot
nga.
of the end, even those big rebounds that obviously
yung mga putback niya rin sa weak side.
Exactly.
Sabi mo si Ange, Ateneo Ange to eh.
He found his confidence, which was obviously really shaken.
Sa finals po
by
yun.
the first
Sa finals niya
parang of all time, right? Perfect time.
Sa finals.
Perfect time to find his footing. And honestly, if you're Tim Cone, who would let's be real, who would your first option be at the center position if Ange wasn't playing well today? It would obviously be Junmar, right?
Si Junmar una niya, pero I think the reason na hindi masyado babad si Junmar is I think na ano ata siya kay Alduairi, or I think Alduairi was making sure that Ange kay Fajardo will not be utilized to his best. Alam niya yung weakness. Alam ng Jordan yung weakness ni Fajardo, which is definitely his defense.
Junmar. Yes. It's just pretty big. So imagine in that moment, you're basically, this is how we have to give credit to the coaching staff in this scenario in which they had to completely accept na, okay, Junmar, who is basically probably our first, second, third best player on this team, we're gonna have to sit you down and we're gonna completely trust Ange Kouame, who's been struggling the whole time.
Kailan mo ng ganung coaching
and
staff
Ange came.
yung the player himself. Like wala naman siyang sinabi publicly na nasa shaken confidence. But of course nakita
Yeah,
natin as
exactly.
fans and for those
Yes.
watching na mga analysts talaga na medyo
Yes.
shaky si Kouame in the past few games. Imagine mo yung trust na yun na
Yes.
hindi si Ange best right now.
Yes. Plus, we've seen Ange at his absolute best. We saw him in 4 or 5 years in Ateneo where he was arguably the most dominant force in the league in those 5 years. We saw him also in the OQTs before where he wasn't a pushover. He was playing really well. So we knew that the Ange Kouame we were seeing wasn't the best Ange Kouame, and the
Oh,
best Ange Kouame came out tonight.
exactly. And kudos to Ange. You know, you deserve your flowers. This is the best time to show up, especially
Exactly.
this is a game where both, I won't say imports, both naturalized players were neutralized in a way. I mean, Ronde Hollis Jefferson
Yeah.
had 24 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, but on 8 for 29 shooting. And that's because of
Okay,
Chris Newsome. We can
let's
now let's
let's
now talk
talk
about Chris
about
Newsome.
8 for 29.
Yeah.
Exactly. My gosh, Chris Newsome. If you actually, I don't know if you're a plus minus kind of guy.
Plus 17
I'm
si
kind of,
Newsome. Pero
I
again, we're not
understand
putting
it
so much weight on plus minus. It's the
exactly.
cherry on top. I think I mentioned it in a different
Yes,
different episode na the plus minus isn't the end all be all for advanced stats. It's basically just the cherry on top. Kung gusto mo lang
yes.
pagandahin, lagyan mo ng
Patunayan yung
perfume.
point.
Oo,
Yes, yeah,
patunayan yung point.
exactly,
It's pampas spray. Anyway, go.
exactly. But Chris Newsome, obviously, if you think about it in at first, you're gonna put an import on an import, right?
Oh, ganun
Import, let's
usually.
say.
Ganun
Yes.
usually.
So exactly, because Ronde was defending Brownlee for most of the night. So
Mm.
you'd assume Brownlee is defending Ronde for most of the night. But it was Chris Newsome in the
Newsome.
second half did he didn't necessarily stop Ronde, but he made it so hard for Ronde to get shots,
Pinahirapan
to
niya talaga.
manufacture shots.
He was right there
Exactly.
every time na fighting off the screen, laging nasa harap, always
Exactly.
contesting. Grabe yun.
Plus, we don't really know Chris as in the PBA. He isn't the best. We
He
don't
is an
know him as the
offensive
best
player known
defender.
sa ano 'di ba? Sa PBA.
Yeah,
Ano ba? Ikaw
exactly.
yung PBA
He's
ano dito aficionado.
he's more of he's a he can create off the dribble.
For
He's a good
Meralco.
point
So
guard for his team.
offensive,
Obviously, yes, he's a
hindi
pretty
siya
much
yung best
offensive
defender.
player.
Pero
Yeah,
sa
for Meralco,
Meralco, he's not used like this. Iba yung
no, not
Gilas
all.
Newsome.
Usually, yeah, import. If there's an import on the other team, you're not putting Chris Newsome on him in for Meralco. You're usually putting guys like Bong Quinto
Because you need
or
Newsome to
somebody to that
score.
extent.
Mapapagod eh.
Yes, exactly. But to see this side of Chris Newsome in the international stage, and he's making it tough for who a lot of people consider as one of the best imports right now in the PBA, Ronde Hollis Jefferson. It's a
Or
really good
arguably the
sign to
best.
see.
Arguably the best, diba?
Exactly. Exactly. And we know what Ronde can do. We saw it in FIBA. Ronde can drop 40, 30, 50. Doesn't really matter to him. And Chris made it so tough for Ronde, which is incredible to see. Like his development on the defensive end, it's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Chris Newsome once again, our captain. He has a letter C. That means our captain, right?
Captain?
Siya captain
I'm so
natin. Tingnan
sorry.
mo. Letter,
I don't
yung may
know.
C. Beside Chris
Oh
Newsome, siya
yeah,
yung
yeah,
captain.
he's
Check
the
the stat
captain. You're
sheet I
right.
sent you. Yeah, he's the captain. Si Alduary
Yeah.
yung sa ano eh. Sa,
Yeah,
can you
it's a
imagine
Jordan.
minus 25 si Alduary? To
I
think
know, I just
na,
saw it also.
what the heck? Parang hindi halata na minus 25 siya.
Yeah.
Kaya yun nga eh,
Yeah.
parang yung mga plus minus na yan, it's not the main.
It's not the end all be all.
Pero mga pang
Yes,
paano lang,
exactly.
minus 25 doon si Alduary. Kasi the fact na parang he's
Exactly.
there, nararamdaman mo yung presence niya. Hindi nga siya nagsuscore, but I think he had a lot of rebounds. Yeah, he had 15.
Huh?
Yeah, he had 15.
I think I
Si
want to see
Alduary.
here. Oh yeah. I'm surprised he only dropped 8.
Hindi naman scorer si
that's it.
Alduary. Ano lang si Alduary is more of
still,
putback
I mean,
or the
still to a
occasional
certain
mid-range
extent,
jump shot, if there is.
I would say it still goes back to the point that our bigs, especially Ange, came out to play.
Oo, na ano siya
especially
kay Ange for sure. Hindi niya ina-expect na babad tong Ange Kouame na to.
Ange Kouame, exactly.
Feel ko wala
I
kasi
don't
sa
know,
scouting report eh. Sa tingin mo ba
Yeah.
si Ange sa scouting report ng Jordan? Feel ko wala. The fact na, yun nga, sama na nilaro niya. Or, ano lang, a note. bullet point.
I think like don't forget about Ange Kouame, like something
No,
like
no,
that.
hindi
But
naman
they're
don't
not
forget, but more of, do you have a big guy? He does rebounds well.
exactly.
He blocks
Yeah,
well, but not a threat
yeah.
on
But
offense. Here
obviously,
in the Asian games,
yeah,
lately, he was
yeah.
not a
I
threat.
think they'd
Nahihirapan siya
be
mag, ano eh.
more. Yeah, he had a hard time with his hands, but
Nahihirapan siya
again,
lately.
yeah, again, like we said, he came to play tonight, and I think that's what's most important. The
Definitely.
if there's a time for you to play your best game, it
Ito
should
yun.
probably be in the gold medal game. Yeah,
Grabe, no? To think
exactly,
na dapat kukunin mo yung confidence niya in the regular games, yung qualifying
exactly,
stages. Pero sa finals mo nilaro. Yan yung X factor
exactly.
ko for tonight, si Ange Kouame.
Ange
Um,
Kouame.
Scotty Thompson. Thoughts on Scotty
Hmm.
Thompson?
Well,
Mixed bag yan eh. Mixed bag yan all throughout the tournament eh. Some people like what he did, some people don't like. But for you, here in the finals, now that we're done with the tournament, Gilas with the gold.
how would I say it? I think
As a Hinebra fan,
obviously
as a
as a
diehard
Ginebra
Hinebra
fan,
fan.
as a completely
Pero be
as
rational.
honest as I
Be
can be,
rational. Oo, be
yeah,
rational.
as honest as I can be, you aren't expecting Scotty to score. Okay, no
Hindi
one
nga.
should be expecting Scotty to score, but the plays he makes, people because sometimes we we tend to overhype smaller guards who rebound the ball well, who make
Yeah.
those big Kalawit rebounds, but it's how he does it on basically every play. It's not just the rebound, it's the effort to get into that position. Or it's the effort to make those plays, to be in that position to make those Kalawit rebounds. He had, I think, 2 or 3 plays which were really big for Gilas. He had that save. He saved the possession to feed to Ange, and Ange made the layup. He made he had the offensive rebound, which led to his own layup, which put us up by 10 in the fourth quarter. And I forgot the other play I was thinking of, but obviously it's not you're not expecting scoring from Scotty, but what he gave you in the Asian games is basically what you want from your point guard. If your point guard is not a scorer, you want him to do what Scotty did, right?
Yun.
So since
Yun.
exactly,
Yun.
right? So if he can't score, he's getting the rebound, he's getting the assist, he's playing defense, and that's exactly what Scotty did. Yeah, that's basically as a Ginebra fan, glad to see how many players of here are from Ginebra. You have Scotty, you got Justin, you got Japet. So it's as a Ginebra fan, you love to see how all these three had a pretty decent effect on the game, especially Scotty and Justin.
Yeah, and if you look at this, Scotty Thompson had the third most shots in this game. Second was Chris Newsome. Balik tayo sandali lang kay Chris Newsome. Very quick, because we already talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yung aggressiveness niya, no? Talagang hinaharap niya shot niya rin eh.
Yeah,
At may confidence,
I
hindi
love
parang
it. I
hindi
love
niya
it
alam
from
kung
there.
anong gagawin niya. It's more of, may conviction yung bawat galaw ni Chris Newsome.
Chris, yeah.
Lumabas yung Chris Newsome ng
Actually,
Meralco sa offense.
this is what I was gonna say. Now that Chris Newsome is might be one of the best forms we see Chris Newsome in. Right?
This is the best game
probably
in a Gilas jersey for Chris Newsome.
And to bring that experience to the PBA, it's gonna be quite difficult to first of all defend Chris Newsome, and now it's gonna be so much harder.
You think Coach Luigi would put him to defend the import na nakita nila na okay, kaya mo pala, or they would still keep that in their back pocket?
Well,
baka pag si Ronde lang kalaban. TNT.
yeah,
TNT.
just in the one game, just for Ronde.
You think ano? Or kaya ni... Yeah, go.
In my opinion, probably you still need Chris Newsome primarily on the offensive end, right? So in the situations
he is
where,
the first option.
Exactly.
Pag walang import.
Here in Gilas, yeah, of course. Plus Meralco's imports are usually very good. Anyway, so I'm gonna say,
nahirapan sila this year. Wala sila mako. Anyway, that's a different topic. Go.
So basically, in Gilas, you're not really expecting Chris to score either. So his main focus is defense, and that's what he can. And he showed to us he can do that. In Meralco, it's a completely different story. He's a table setter for the rest of his team. Aside from Bong Quinto, who can create his own shot, Alain Maliksi, who can create his own shot. Chris Newsome is basically the main option there. So I wouldn't necessarily make him play the import every single night, especially
depende
in the
lang siguro
conference.
kung sino, no? Baka siya ilalagay kay Brownlee or kay
Exactly.
RHJ. For those
So
two teams lang,
RHJ,
pwede.
Brownlee, yeah, especially in those games, maybe in the playoff games, because the chances of Meralco making the playoffs are always high, right? So you would want to save Chris Newsome's energy for the playoffs. So you'd want to save Chris Newsome's defensive ability for games that matter the most. So you could still place Bong Quinto, and Bong Quinto is no slouch on defense. Bong Quinto is an incredible defender also. So for Meralco to have basically a double-barreled, oh, I even forgot about Cliff Hodge. Cliff Hodge is
Cliff Hodge nga
probably
pala.
even yeah, exactly right. So Cliff
Medyo
Hodge
low.
is one of the better defenders. So you have so many people on that
Si Hodge
Meralco
ba
team
nilalagay
now.
usually? Sino ba nilalagay usually sa
Oh
import?
yeah,
Pag nandiyan si
Cliff
na
Hodge is
Brownlee. Si Cliff Hodge yung
dude.
nilalagay, no?
Cliff Hodge, yeah, Cliff Hodge is usually the guy against Brownlee, usually the guy against RHJ.
Mm.
Obviously, Cliff Hodge has the height, he has the body, he has the lateral movement to keep up with these imports. So Cliff Hodge, honestly, thinking about it now, the imagine a switching defense of Bonking to Chris Newsome, Cliff Hodge. Your import has no rest, or he has no matchup he can hunt that can make it easier for him. Because now you have a three-headed sword. I don't know if that's the right term, a three-headed barrel or whatever of defensive players who will make it hard for your import.
By the way, guys, yung guest ko, by the way, is a PBA guy. He really knows his PBA. Ako, meaning ko,
I
that's
love
not
it.
my bread and butter, but I'm trying to learn PBA, but that's, kaya tayo matanong kay Mario, ano ba, para ba si Newsome before? And what a full circle for Chris Newsome. He got cut in the FIBA World Cup team. I didn't agree with that one. I chose Newsome. Actually, hindi ko na record. I had the conversation with somebody. They said that I prefer Newsome over RR Pagoy. And
That's a wild.
we're not gonna
That's a
go there.
pretty
We're not
wild
gonna
thing
go
to
there
say.
anymore. I'm
Okay.
just saying, but it's just a full circle moment for Chris Newsome. He got he helped.
Exactly.
He was a big factor. He played 30 minutes out of a possible 40, and he deserves his flowers and makes me. And another reason why Meralco is also a favorite, or at least in contention for
Exactly.
the PBA title, not a favorite.
Always.
Mahirap na to say a
Always
favorite
will be
because
in
there are a lot of
contention.
factors.
Yeah.
Wala pa atang import ang Meralco to this point. I think they just cut the guy yung dinala nila sa
Yeah,
Dubai.
they just cut their
Si Hunt,
import, right? The one who they
sino
brought
yun?
to
Kinat nila eh.
forgot his name. I forgot his name. But
Basta yung Hunt? Is it Hunt? Parang ganun eh.
yeah, I'm not
I
super
forgot the
sure.
name. Comment na lang
Plus, I
kayo kung
want to
sino
check.
sa tingin
I'm
nyo yung...
trying to see
Check mo nga, Google mo
something.
nga. Sino yung kinat nila? Or mahirap i-Google. Yeah, never mind. I just saw it on Facebook na Meralco cut this guy.
Ferron Hunt. Yeah, you're right.
Hunt nga.
Ferron Hunt.
Well, he
Yeah,
got cut.
Hunt.
We're not gonna see him in the
Yeah, he got
PBA.
cut. I think it's because didn't they just come from that tournament? They had like
Yung nga, yung sa Dubai,
out.
yung preparation for
Yeah,
EASL, they have,
yeah.
mag-EASL pa sila, diba? Before the PBA tournament ba yun?
I'm not
Before
super
PBA ba
sure.
yun?
Before PBA for sure, or maybe
Oo, yung
mid. I'm not super
EASL.
sure.
Grabe naman mid din.
Maybe
Pagod
I
na
think
pagod na.
isn't it the same one that TNT
Yung
and
TNT
SMB joined last
and
year?
SMB join. Oh,
Yeah.
middle ba
So
ng
maybe
tournament?
it'll be the same situation. Na they take
Ano?
out, that they finish their games early. Now, I want to see who Meralco drafted. I'm trying to remember because I remember.
Draft?
Yeah. Oh, they have Brandon Bates. That's pretty good. Anyway,
Oh.
sorry. I'll
Well,
go back
but
to
he's not
the
gonna be, I don't know, hindi ko pa alam yung style ni Coach Luigi. Would be lovely to get Coach Luigi on the podcast next time. Let's try. Maybe. It'd be nice to
Actually, I
get
want to
him.
talk about one more thing
Did we
about this
miss
Gilas
out one
game.
more? Another one?
I want
Si
to talk
Brownlee,
about
ihuli
Calvin
din natin si Brownlee.
Oftana.
Sige, yeah.
I want
Calvin
to talk
Oftana.
about Calvin Oftana. I think Calvin Oftana has to be a Gilas mainstay
Oh, yeah,
in
after
the
this,
rotation type of player
it's a dead shot.
because
He
he has
proved,
the shot. He has the shot
Beda pa yan? Last
creation.
year niya sa Beda? Nung kasama niya si Evan.
Oftana?
Shooter na ba siya nun? Ganun na ba siya nun? Like yung
I
pag
wasn't
iniwan mo
I
sa
wasn't
Tresig
that much
sa NC, noong
into
time.
the NCAA at that time,
Noong
yes.
time na
But
yun.
yeah, but even in his rookie year when he was in, I want to say NLEX. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's NLEX.
NLEX.
He's always been a dead shot, and let's be real, Gilas needs dead shots
Kailangan natin
at
ng dead
all
shot.
times.
Si Marshall
Gilas
Lassiter
needs
nga, hindi
dead
ginamit
shots.
eh.
Right?
Diba?
Gilas needs dead. Gilas needs 3 and D players, and that's
And ang maganda
exactly
kay
what
Calvin Oftana,
Calvin
he can create
Oftana
off
is.
the dribble. Hindi lang siya dead shot.
Yeah,
Kaya niya mag-create
dude,
to a
he
certain
has a
degree.
beautiful, he has a beautiful pump fake,
Napaka-textbook.
step mid range. It's beautiful. His shots are beautiful, and actually, the reason I brought it up is because I wasn't super watching the first half. I was kind of busy. But then when I reached the second half, the first thing I saw was a kick out pass from Scotty Thompson to Calvin Oftana in the corner with a guy in his face, and he just splashed that three. And I was like, wow, look at that shot. And ever since then, you could see it. Once he makes his shots, he gets so active on defense. He's skying for rebounds. I don't know how many rebounds he had. He
Not
had
not a
he
lot
had
this.
7 rebounds.
Oh yeah, that's a
He
lot
had
for this game.
seven
That's a lot.
rebounds. He
Yeah.
had the third most out of everybody on the team. Obviously, that helps your bigs. That helps Ange a lot. And he wanted it today. And like I said, I think Calvin Oftana probably a
Mainstay.
bit underused. Yeah, I think he was a bit underused maybe in our last few Gilas tournaments, but I think now he's making his case as to why
Sa
he's
World Cup
gotta
team
be a
ba si Oftana?
mainstay. I
Wala,
think he
di
was
ba?
cut.
Nakat
I
yan
think
eh.
he was cut.
Look at that. Look at that,
Exactly my
huh?
point.
Tingnan mo yan. Tingnan mo yan. Yung mga nakat
Oftana,
yung
he,
nagsashine.
that's kind of a
Sino tatanggalin mo
that's kind
sa
of a fun
Gilas
thing
World
to
Cup team
realize.
for Oftana? I already chose Pogoy. That's one. Sinong papalit mo sa isa? Hirap, no? Sino?
If Oftana went in, let me check
Oo,
our
oo.
Gilas roster.
Sige, sige. FIBA
Gilas
World Cup,
roster.
Gilas roster.
I want to see. I'm pretty sure I discussed this with you before. I'm just trying to see who. If I had to place in Oftana, honestly, I would take Oftana over Pogoy. If you're
Eh,
asking me,
hindi.
I
Tinanggal ko na
would.
kasi
But
Pogoy over
then,
Newsome eh.
I
Ikaw
okay,
pumili
okay,
na
okay.
isa pa. Ikaw yung ano eh. This is my show. Mas mahirapan ka sa...
uh, dang. Good
Hirap,
dang.
no? Bababash ka. Di kasi
Dang.
wala namang ano eh, nagagalit sa akin sa Gilas ko. Late for now, wala pa. But then again, people are happy. I don't think mababash tayo. I mean, if Gilas lost, baka dun pa tayo. Bakit ba ko?
Dang. Who would I remove in place of Calvin Oftana? Um, it would be a toss-up, but I guess the only person who I would put into consideration as somebody who Calvin could replace could be Jamie Malonzo. I
Oh,
guess to a certain
yes.
extent
I
could be
agree.
Jamie.
Yes,
Not That's
yes.
not to say that Jamie is not Gilas worthy. Jamie
Yeah,
Malonzo
we
is
just have to pick. We just have to
Gilas
pick
worthy.
based on needs. Yun naman ang Gilas eh. Ano
Yeah.
yung
So
pinakakailangan?
I would genuinely say maybe Jamie's still a better defender than Calvin, but
Hindi naman yun ang kailangan natin
uh
ng time na yun eh.
exactly. So if we're talking about shooting, I would still say Calvin's a better shot shooter and shot creator. So it would be a better offensive weapon. He would be a better offensive weapon for Gilas in that regard. You
Okay.
try to put me on the spot.
Ginagawa ko yan sa mga guest ko.
You try to put
Ginagawa
me
ko yan
on
sa
the
mga guest ko
spot,
lagi.
man.
Pepod ko sila on the spot. Pero nakakaano naman, I think they expect na mga ganun yung tanong ko. Kasi hindi naman, I mean, it's not gonna be a good podcast if it's, very cliche. Anyway,
Yeah.
last one, Justin
Uh,
Brownlee, mga final
oh,
words natin for the
Justin
guy.
Brownlee.
I mean, the China game,
My
I didn't get to
God.
make a podcast, but
My
without that
God.
Justin Brownlee, Magic Brownlee, Justin Noipi, whatever you
Magic.
want to call him, grabe.
Whatever you want to
Yun
call
yung
it.
ano.
Dude, I
He
remember
changed
because
the whole...
we were with each other, right? We were
Magkasama...
with each other during the Gilas game, and then we separated maybe at like
Kasi
halftime because
nag-drive
we
tayo
both went
eh.
home.
Oo, umuwi
Yeah, we go,
tayo.
and then we called at the same time. We called each other at the same
Then
time.
nagchat na tayo,
And we went,
wala na ata to. Nagsasabi ko, 9
yeah,
points? 1 minute? Or 120? Parang ganun,
exactly,
di ba? 2 minutes?
exactly.
Oh.
And I called you, and you knew exactly what I was gonna tell you. The first
Nagwawala
thing
ako
you told
noon
me was,
mag-isa sa kotse.
yeah. The first thing you told me was, oh my God, Brownlee. And I was like, I know, right? Because my God, this guy,
Sabi ko,
let's
pucha,
be
pinanood
real.
mo ba? Nakita mo ba? Nagmamaneho
Dude,
ko.
let's be real, man. This guy, he's proven himself that he has the we love talking about him. He has that puso, right? He absolutely has that puso. And he loves playing for Gilas. You can see it. It's just it's a great thing to see that this guy. And honestly, I think that's two tournaments, right? I think we won the Sea Games with JB. I think yeah, we won Sea Games with JB, and now we
Mm.
won the Asian Games gold with JB. It's great to see, especially as a Ginebra fan, that the resident import of Ginebra is basically becoming a resident import for Gilas as well.
How old is Brownlee? 34? 30. Ano
Not
ba?
super sure.
Alam ko,
Not super sure.
ano ba? Sobrang
35. 35.
35. Oh man, can you
And,
naalala mo yung yung tweet ni Homer na ano? You know the tweet, yung not tweet.
anyway,
Or
that
yeah,
guy.
there's a tweet
What do
na
you think of
parang
JB?
wait lang, gusto ko lang sabihin na yung sinasabi ni
Uh,
Homer yung tweet na he's running on fumes. That was when he was 33 years old. He said that 2 years ago na
oh
hindi
yeah,
na
I saw that.
baka
I saw that.
like parang si JB na yung hindi na ata yung import for Hinebra.
Yeah.
But grabe, hanggang ngayon, he's still
I
playing
remember that
amazing.
because at the time I think they were like 4-4 in the regular season, 4-3, something like
Kaya
that.
nagkaganon. Kaya parang nag-tweet siya
Yeah.
ng ganon. Ba siya
Yeah.
tuloy, no? Anyway, final words for
What do you think of
Justin.
JB?
Wala, sobrang talaga. That was nag-Clarkson mode siya, for lack of a better term. I don't wanna put Clarkson's name here, but that's the closest thing. Nagwala siya, nakita natin yung Brownlee mode back in 2016, yung mga Meralco, yung mga kalaban, yun yung mga Brownlee na nakita ko ron eh.
Actually,
Doing it in the international stage with the pressure. He was double team, di ba? Yung first three niya, hindi
yeah,
siya
the
double
three.
team. That was a step back na nag-outstretch arms. It's not like wide open yun. Yung next shot niya, yung
Beautiful
for
step
the
back, by
lead,
the way.
dalawa yun. He was double team
Yeah.
there. Kasi nag-pull up na lang siya, wala nang oras eh. Sabi ko, grabe to.
Exactly.
Now it makes you think,
crazy.
what if siya yung nilagay, no? But that's a different story. That's
another
ibang
topic,
podcast na yun.
man.
That's another topic.
That's another topic, man.
Yeah. Last one. Again, we're just making the most of the time here. Before we cap this off, don't want to make it too long. Tim Cone,
I just wanna.
thank you.
I wanna add one more thing. I
Yeah.
wanna add one more thing, like a last thought. But let me just see. I'm just gonna confirm this guy's age.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna confirm this guy's age. Alright. Let's just talk about how he's only 33. Let's just talk about how Junmar Fajardo is literally, I would probably have to say, this guy is most probably one of the best PBA players of all time, if not the best PBA player of all time. This guy, international stage, Philippine stage, he has performed. And even if tonight he wasn't used as much because we know he has his deficiencies on defense. This guy is Junmar Fajardo is still that guy. And I don't know how many more years he's gonna play in the Gilas jersey, but my gosh, that guy's incredible.
Talaga. We're in a high with what happened here. And once again, grabe. Yung again, paulit-ulit yung grabe because the context of everything. Diba? It's not like we had so much time to prepare. This is a completely different team. Not completely different. I think ilan na retain from last team.
I think we can actually say completely different. I think you only retained
parang completely different
4 players,
new
4 or 5?
system.
Yeah.
New system. Tapos throw them into the fire. Hindi mo alam sinong there was even that debacle about like yung Gilas 60. Di ba yung Onyeka Okongwu, lumabas pa yun. Tapos nagsasabi sila, di namin alam saan to galing. Tayo na, saan di nyo alam saan niya galing? Di ba? Kayo lang yan.
Oh, ganito sa Onyeka Okongwu. Oh my gosh.
Nakakatawa yun. Mali pa spelling. Mali yung spelling ng name ni Okongwu. Mali yung spelling ng name ni Belangel. Or hindi, mali yung spelling ni Gomez Deliano. Mali. Sabi ko, parang parody ata to. Kala ko at first parody. I thought it was a fake basketball. Tapos totoo pala. Yun yung binibigay.
I have so many comments about that 60 list. That's all. Maybe next time if I ever guest again. But my God, that 60 list is hilarious to me. At the end of the day, they got through it though. We got that gold though.
I'm already making the tawag dito. What is the right word here? I'm already making the thumbnail as we speak. I'm so excited to bring this out. Gold.
Gold medal, incredible. 61 years, actually, I'm pretty impressed. And the fact that our path wasn't easy at all. It was not an easy path to get to the gold. We went through.
Definitely, it wasn't. Sobrang hirap talaga. Especially yung
We
ano,
went.
China game talaga.
Those two games, Iran and China.
Yung
Wow,
Iran,
I
ano,
think
that was isa pa yun. Ang dami nang Wait, what happened there? Yung sa
they
Iran talaga, nag-collapse lang talaga tayo eh.
they just collapsed in the fourth. Obviously, uh, I don't know. Maybe there's a certain extent, they feel a bit. I think, how do I say this? When the league gets really big, there's a certain sense of that we can calm down, or let's save some energy for our opponent tomorrow. And it almost caught them in the Iran game.
Ang kulit
Like
na, no? Yung mga
it
ganong,
was
ano,
there. Yeah.
we're gonna save our energy for, kasi suruin naman tayo eh. Hirap na, yan yung mga papatay sa'yo eh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're
literally,
gonna
dude.
save our energy for tomorrow.
And so, Iran, the China game where, by all indications, they had lost already, and then today they came out to play. It was not the easiest path. I could even
But we
argue
did
it
it
was a harder path.
after 61
But
years.
hey, they came home. They came home with the gold, man. After
Mm.
61 years, you're right. That's all we can say.
Anyway, that's pretty much it for our post-game show for the Gilas against Jordan game after 61 years. We got the gold, the best in Asia. Forget all the caveats na
Gold,
sasabihin nyo na,
baby.
forget all the things na sasabihin nyo na wala naman yung Team A ng Jordan. Ay, wala naman yung Team A ng Japan, wala
Oh,
naman yung
please
Australia
don't throw
and
me that,
Jordan.
man.
Shut up. Let
Uh,
us have our
whatever,
moment. Tayo lang naman lahat
whatever.
dito. Pilipino tayo lahat dito.
Exactly,
Or kung OFW, Pilipino rin kayo. Or if you're a foreigner na matagal na sa Pilipinas,
exactly,
Team Philippines rin kayo.
exactly.
And congrats to
I don't
and
care who
hopefully,
was out there, man.
we build from this, right? We hopefully
For
now
sure.
the question is, will Tim Cone stay? That's for next time. That's a different topic. But yun yung mga questions na lalabas dito. SMC na, we know. They're the ones taking over the program. The question is now, hey, do we let Tim coach? Hey, do we let Tim let go of Ginebra?
Oh,
I
man.
would
I would hope
because for
so.
me the country is bigger than the club. But then again, it's not my decision. I'm just here. I just appreciate basketball.
Yeah.
But that's for next time. Let's have our gold medal. Let's celebrate. Let's get our drinks and everything.
We got the
And
gold.
yeah, see you guys next time. Peace. This is the 6 Man Podcast. Nico and
Bye.
Mario.